What up? What up? What up? It is Rec League Podcast, man. It is episode number 36. My name is Randy Little. I'm here hosting. I've hosted the past 35. And on this episode today, for movies I want to talk about, we talk about the No Time to Die, James Bond 007 rearranging of the release schedule. We previewed, not necessarily Onward, because that come out this weekend, but we previewed the rest of animation in 2020. The homies, Awesome Joe, Nick Goodman, Eric Sigman, they chopped it up with me. We saw the return of International O this episode. We talk about NFL Combine, NCAA basketball tournament preview, a little bit of NBA, bars. Of course, it's bars. And then Old Man Lawrence talks about that new Planet Asia album, Trust the Chain. So let's get into the theatrical and the Blu-ray releases in between episodes. And in between the last episode and this episode, you got The Invisible Man that came out. This past weekend, Onward came out. The Way Back with Ben Affleck came out. Check out all of those on my Randy Little YouTube channel. And between this episode and the upcoming episode, you got Bloodshot coming out, The Hunt coming out. The week after that, A Quiet Place Part 2 comes out. And then on Blu-ray and DVD, in between the last two, this one and the previous, Frozen 2 came out on DVD, Knives Out came out. This past Tuesday, Dark Waters came out, Queen and Slim came out, Titan Season 2 came out. And this upcoming Tuesday, you got Bombshell, Charlie's Angels, directed by Elizabeth Banks, Spies in Disguise, Uncut Gems, all coming out on DVD and Blu-ray. The Tuesday after that, the Black Christmas remake comes out, Jumanji, The Next Level comes out, and so does Richard Jewell, and so does Superman Red Son. Pretty excited for that Superman Red Son. If you've been following me for a while, you know I review those straight-to-video DC animated releases. And I got some poll questions because there was a change in the month. So I asked, which was your favorite February release? Of course, I want comments. If your answer isn't there, the choices were Birds of Prey, Sonic the Hedgehog, Impractical Jokers, the movie, and The Invisible Man. Sonic wins this. I think this might be the first time that I've posted most anticipated and then favorite for the same month, and the same movie won. Sonic wins this 57.7%, 57.5%, that's my bad. And then Birds of Prey, 27.5%. I wanted to see Birds of Prey a second time and didn't get a chance to. Invisible Man got 10, and Impractical Jokers got 5. And then, of course, what's your most anticipated March release? Choices were Onward, The Way Back, A Quiet Place Part 2, and Mulan. A Quiet Place wins this with 46.2%. It's closer than I thought it'd be, honestly. And The Way Back came in second, 30.8. Mulan got 15.4, and Onward, which I loved, got 7.7. So I think that's it. Like, my intros have been mad short lately, and I don't know what I'm missing as far as what I used to say. But when I come back, I will be accompanied by homies upon homies upon homies. So stay tuned. It is Rec League Podcast. Yes, man, we are back, man. I told y'all I was gonna have some companions come through and talk about the cinematic arts. I mean, we didn't have nothing to talk about until like 3 days ago. And then Eric was trying to like cut off what I wanted to talk about, so we gonna talk about it all. First off, man, welcome back, Awesome Joe. Ain't been with us since like January. So just real quick, I don't want everything. Just what you think about the Batmobile?
You know what? Honestly, I don't like it. I mean, it's a new style. It's a new thing they're coming up with. But does it feel Batmobile material? For me, honestly, no. But it's just things that I'm, quickly judging about. And I guess we'll just see what happens when we see it in action when the movie comes out, because a lot of us actually questioned about the Tumblr when it was first revealed, and a lot of people didn't like the idea. But when the movie came out, it's very much a lot of Batman fans' favorite Batmobile now. So I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, it looks like something that Dominic Toretto would be driving in a Fast and Furious movie, but I don't know. We'll just see. It's probably going to change the way, how a muscle car is now, being a Fast and Furious movie, and now being a Batmobile. So, for me, I don't like it, but like I said, we'll see.
Yeah, the Tumblr is probably my least favorite Batmobile. But Nick, what you think about it?
I was gonna say, if there was one thing about the Dark Knight trilogy that I could change, it would probably be the Tumblr.
Yeah.
It's cute in Batman Begins. I think it works in that when they're like, it's a tank, and like he's driving through the city, like. But I always kind of thought by like the Dark Knight he would have turned one of his like Lamborghinis into the Batmobile or something. Like I was just like
the Lamborghini then.
It worked. Like I didn't hate it, but I like just I really like the new one, how it just looks like a car. It looks like a Batmobile that will drive him from A to B. It's like Ben Affleck's Batmobile was cool looking, but it was like unnecessary. I was like, you don't need all that just to drive through. It was like a flat tank. I was like, you don't unnecessary.
Yeah, it's like
this just kind of looks more like the kind of like Adam West like comic book, just Bat car.
Yeah,
chicks dig the cut. So.
Stop that. Yeah. If yeah. Like if we're looking at the Dark Knight trilogy and it's Batman in the real world, a military tank makes perfect sense. It's just like my least favorite Batmobile. And then for like
driving around in it.
For Batman in his second year of ever being Batman, like this, I feel like this fits. If Matt Reeves like makes his trilogy or beyond, like maybe it'll evolve into a more Batmobile-esque car.
Like the lights, like Batman and Robin, like the weird lights and the ice melting lasers. It'll be cool.
All stupid tech. So, Eric, what you think about the Candyman trailer?
Well, what I think about the Batmobile.
Hey man, you cut off my joke. Yeah, Batmobile first.
But like Joe said, we don't have any context to judge it by yet. We haven't seen the movie, but from looks, if you want to go by that, is technically the most realistic looking thing if they're going for realism. And just like the Dark Knight, it was supposed to be a bridging vehicle. They used it as bridging between tunnels to tow cables, and that's what the jumping feature was for, and it's supposed to be reinforced and all that. But it's like Nick said, it's a mobile, it's a car. So I like the way it looks. It's in the real world, that's probably what you would drive if that's what they're going for. So guess we'll see.
Now the Candyman trailer. My bad, what?
Not said, I guess we'll see. But it looks good to me, so.
Now the Candyman trailer. I shouldn't say his name again.
No, the Candyman trailer looks really good to me. And knowing that the talent that's behind it with Jordan Peele writing it, so I'm really kind of excited to see what they're going to go for with it. And I like the fact that they're not eager with the reveal of Candyman, that is. They didn't really show. They show what, the hook and his little bit of his sleeve. But
Joe, did you see the Candyman trailer?
What happened?
Did you see the Candyman trailer?
For me, I saw the trailer, and I think the trailer looks really good. I mean, but honestly, I'm going to be honest with you, I've never seen the original Candyman. The trailer itself alone, it actually looks like a pretty legit movie to go and watch. I mean, it's actually gained my interest to watching the original Candyman, which I think it's on Netflix right now. So I'm actually going to go check that out first chance I get.
Yeah. Full disclosure, I haven't seen the original either.
Oh no.
What?
Nick, what you think about the trailer?
Oh man.
Whoa. I like the trailer a lot. Like in this age of rebooting old properties and like making belated sequels and remakes and stuff, I'm very pro like bringing back the slasher, like the old classic slashers. Like they should do it more. Like they're like they could really make a really good Friday the 13th reboot if like they gave two shits and just like did it. Anyway,
if they got the legal stuff out of the way.
Right.
Yeah, like if they just like did it and like wrote a good story, they could make like the best movie yet. But anyway, I'm excited. It looks cool. It'll obviously it's gonna get people to rewatch the old one, which is good because it's a really good movie. I rewatched it at Halloween, not realizing this was coming out so soon, and I probably wouldn't have watched it. But no, it looks great. It looks scary. I like there's the little. It's got the little Jordan Peele like winks, like the two people are sitting and talking about like you say his name 5 times and he comes out and he kills you, and she's like, well, who would do that? And then it pans to a bunch of white girls,
stupid white kids
saying Candyman, and I'm like, we would do that. Like,
yeah,
that's exactly I've done it.
I think I've done it too, and I haven't even seen the movie.
Biggie Small. But I enjoyed the trailer. I want to see another trailer. Like I want to show what he's gonna look like.
What the hell?
So I'm excited.
Yeah, man, it's like it's a weird. It's not a weird story. It's like it came out when I was like 6 or 7, right? And I was living with my great grandpa, and we went to visit his oldest kid, my aunt in like Mississippi, and they let me watch Bram Stoker's Dracula when I was that young. And I came back home, and relatives were about to watch Candyman, and like my older cousin, like 15 years older, was like vouching for me. They let him watch Dracula, let him watch Candyman. My aunt and uncle won. I didn't get to see Candyman, and I just never went back and watched it.
Yeah, that was a good decision too. They would traumatize you.
Yeah. I saw it when I was real little.
Traumatized these nuts.
You see.
Oh yeah, completely unrelated though. It doesn't. I think I heard that the director of like Jason Lives or something like has a script ready to go. It's just all this legal stuff between like the creators or Paramount or whatever. I don't even know the details, but legal stuff is holding up Jason movies.
They could just Friday the 13th or Nightmare Before Jesus. Nightmare on
The Nightmare Before the Friday the 13th on Elm Street.
Yeah.
On Christmas.
I feel like you can make a good nightmare movie too, but like there's so much lore in Friday the 13th, and I'm like, why is no one trying harder to like get that rebooted? Like I don't know, like to me it just writes itself. Kind of like Halloween. It's like, oh yeah, you can make a 40 years later story of Halloween.
Yeah.
It's like you can make a 40 years later story of Friday the 13th just the same way.
Yeah. But it's like Randy said, those rights issues are really, it's just not here. It's really jacked up. It's stupid. It's rights to use the name Friday the 13th. It's about rights to use Jason Voorhees. It's about all rights to use Pamela. It's all those silly little intricate rights about character names, storytelling, and it's split between I think 3 and 4 companies. So it's not. We probably won't be seeing that anytime soon.
That's one like something to happen like when Disney bought Fox. It was just like, all right, well, okay, we'll just buy it. It's like I want Warner Brothers to just be like, whatever, we'll just buy them all and do it.
Right, and that's one problem too. The original Cunningham, it's been offered to be bought. But he doesn't want to sell. He doesn't want to give up his the property he invented.
Baby.
Yeah, do that. Do that. I guess we can move on to what really hurts to discuss, because I had this like month-long binge of movies I ain't ever seen, and bow now, and then people started wearing masks and coughing and drinking the Corona beers, and they was like, we got to move this to November. So then I had to move all my marathon, because the issue here is the marathon, not the actual effect on people's health. Before y'all start bashing me in the comments, hear the sarcasm. And No Time to Die got moved from April to November. I'm very sad. I know Nick is too. Joe, did you care about this James Bond movie? Was you gonna watch any old ones? And what you think about the re-release and not re-release? Forget I said that.
I just heard about it yesterday, and it's not mind blowing, like, oh my god or anything. No, it's just, these things happen, and they always have to do reshoots. Something happens within the the filmmaker's personal timing, things like that. Anything that they could possibly do to reassure the audiences and the fans of this in particular franchise that they want to get it done right. Because, for example, this is Daniel Craig's last James Bond movie, supposedly, because he said that in the last one. But
no, he's done.
Supposedly going to be, he'll come back. So, but no, they want to get this right. This is going to be the last one for Daniel Craig. I mean, God knows what they're going to be doing with the franchise after that. Either it's going to be, an African American James Bond or a female James Bond or just the plain Caucasian James Bond. But we don't know what's going to happen. But for sure, this is going to be the one that audiences are going to want to go out and see. Me personally, I enjoy James Bond. I really do have a lot of fun with him, but I'm more of a Mission Impossible type of guy. I always get excited about Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible stuff like that. But when I see the previews and the the posters, the story arcs related to James Bond, it doesn't really build up a lot of hype for me. If it comes out in November, I think November is a much more suitable time for it to come out. If they are doing a good job and getting it done right by November, then they have my vote. Go for it. I mean, the longer the better, because there are times when they do make movies and they just do it in a snap and it ends up being completely terrible. Why? Because they wanted to get that money to come in. It's all about money, and if you do it too fast, then it's going to come out a complete waste of garbage. So I think that they're making the right decision, and hopefully it turns out for the best. We'll see in November.
So you know why they're delaying it, right, Joe?
Sometimes when they do it too fast, they do it too furious.
Right.
Yeah.
Now I'm saying, you know why they're delaying it, right?
What's the actual thing? What is it?
Yeah, the way you were talking, it has nothing to do with the movie itself. It's because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, I think the movie's in the can ready to go.
Yeah.
Oh my God, this stupid coronavirus.
No, they're delaying it.
I can't even remember one day without having to hearing about the stupid coronavirus. I mean,
and it's infected directly podcast.
It's so stupid. I mean,
it's being blown out of proportion. Definitely, it's media panic. But
just like Joker, like, coronavirus is the 2020 Joker.
Yeah, that is. No, but that's not the reason.
Yeah, but those type of reasons do happen. It does.
We know
happen.
that. That's what we're saying. Yeah.
But with the coronavirus, come on. It just like say for example, I haven't even gone to see this movie yet because I just went back to the theaters. But I haven't seen Sonic the Hedgehog yet, and
you better hurry.
Sonic was supposed to go to do some showings in China, but yet they're not going to because of the stupid coronavirus. Now, because of that reason, Sonic has lost a lot more money than it's already. It's made a lot of money already, that I know for sure. But it would have made a lot more money because there's a lot of profit over doing some showings in China. But now they're not doing it because of the stupid coronavirus.
Well, I think once all the panic dies down, it'll get its international releases.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's all it is, panic. So, and China is probably the most important foreign market for Hollywood. So
yeah, that's why it'll come out.
And it gets silly. Not saying we're being insensitive, but the panic is just ridiculous.
I'm super insensitive.
I just think that the world is bored. They just want to. If somebody sneezes, everybody's just like, "Oh my God, we're all gonna die." That's just how today is now. It's like people bored.
Yeah, but meanwhile, the flu kills more people a year and it spreads the same way, and nobody's worried.
Yeah. I mean, Eric hit the nail on the head though. It's the media. The news, websites, different stations, whatever, man. They need something to talk about. They need a headline. And then most of the country, most of the world believes everything they see on the news.
Yeah. And you see the panic, the meme. I think I sent the meme to Randy and Nick last night. It's like I went to Walmart last night. You see all of these, the hand sanitizer, the soap, the wipes all gone. So what the hell were y'all doing before this coronavirus? Y'all just wasn't being clean?
Y'all dirty.
I was saying, like, the number one killer in the world, I think, is still heart disease. And, like, KFC just put out that donut chicken sandwich.
No shit.
Fine. And I was saying to my friend the other day, I was like, if I go to a movie theater and get the coronavirus and die, I'm okay with the logic of that. Like, you know, it's like, well, damn, I guess it was meant to happen. Like, I'm not going to stop going to the movies.
Yeah, it's
like,
straight
that's
up.
not what's going to do it for me. If I could survive Applebee's on a Friday night, I can go see this Ben Affleck movie at noon, and I'm not going to die. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
I think I'm okay.
The scary thing is, but yeah, that's don't let it stop you from living.
Yeah.
But I think more so, you saying I hit the nail on the head. I think more so Joe hit the nail on the head. And I think it's more scarier to his point because I think the people actually like the panic.
Yeah.
Because you're saying because people are bored and something just gotta always be happening. And I'm like, wow. So a combination of media, and the media is thriving off of it. They know what's up.
That is factual.
Look at this. Also, I don't want to keep on making this, a huge conversation. But if you were to look at Y2K, people panicked. People were buying a whole bunch of supplies, survival supplies, things like that. Did it happen? No, it didn't happen. Then 2012 came along with that whole ending of the Mayan calendar. People freaked out, and they bought supplies and all that stuff. But did it happen? So, that's what I mean. It's like people are bored. They just don't know what to do with their life anymore. That if anything were to take it into occurrence, people are going to make a big deal about it.
People are stupid.
New Year's Eve. I remember New Year's Eve, like Y2K. Like, my parents never talked about it really or anything like that. But, like, I remember being like, Mom, I want to watch MTV. And, like, my dad, like, looked around. He was like, well, I guess we can all go in the basement. Like, at the time, I was like, whatever. Later on, I was like, my dad actually thought, like, something was going to happen. Oh, that was funny.
And the younger audience might not know what Y2K is, man. Chill.
He's like, well,
yeah.
We can go downstairs.
They were just bored when it happened.
Mm-hmm. But who didn't we not get the reaction to the Bond move on? Nick.
Yeah. I'm upset. It's like you. I'm upset that I was like ready to do like the 1 through 25 or whatever, like marathon. I'm still gonna do it. It's not like the end of the world. November actually makes more sense of a release date for the James Bond movie, if we're being honest. But I'm just bummed because it was like really close, and I was like ready. Like I was like, I just bought those 4Ks. Like I was ready to go, and I could have just saved my money and waited. I wouldn't have. But yeah, it's a bummer. But
yeah, like it was set for February. That was a weird release date. It was set for April. That was a weird release date. Like every Bond movie's come out in November since like Timothy Dalton or at least GoldenEye.
So kind of amounts to that. Like, God damn it.
Yeah. Eric, did we get your Bond reaction?
Yeah, it was about the damn this stupid coronavirus.
Yeah, we got so much into the coronavirus, I forgot.
Right, but no, it's it'll be all right. Well, like the Thanksgiving, they showed the first commercial for it during SNL Thanksgiving. So
was it like a parody spoof commercial?
Yeah.
What's that?
Was it a spoof commercial or was it like a legit update?
They actually did a spoof and they had the official commercial for the movie and advertising it for Thanksgiving.
Oh, that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I guess we could move on to animation because no April, the joke I've seen a million times since it got moved. April is no time to die for James Bond. It was corny, man. My bad.
Yeah, they made a joke about that on SNL. They said they should have released it in April and just take the no away.
Time to die from the coronavirus.
That's kind of funny. That got me.
Joe, you watch a lot of animated movies, right?
Kind of, if I'm in the mood.
I don't know. Eric is the adult in the room, so I had to ask him. I think I'll watch my fair amount.
Yes. Watched Toy Story 4 last night again. I don't think it deserved an Oscar, but.
Wait, what do you think did?
Right?
Wait.
Missing Link?
No, not that. Christmas movie.
Oh, Klaus.
Did you see Onward yet?
Oh, no, I did not. Damn kids. Sold out.
Damn
Sold
virus.
out. Yeah, because the trailer for Connected came out, and then I think another recent animated trailer just came out. Maybe the Scoob trailer. So I was like, fuck it, let's talk about some animated movies for the year. And like I loved Onward. Like being directed by the director of Monsters University, I thought it was just gonna be a cool little sibling bonding adventure. And it got so much deeper. Like it hit me. It hit me. Like I damn near cursed out Nick in the group chat. And Nick, you liked it, right?
Is it really that good?
I mean, I thought so. It's just because of stuff I've been through.
Randy is a wizard elf, so this is actually, it reminded him of his life. I enjoyed it. I saw it at an advanced screening, so that's whatever.
Snob.
But it was completely sold out, and like we were packed in there like sardines. And so I probably already had the coronavirus. It was full of children coughing and sneezing and doing children stuff. But other than that, I enjoyed it very much. I don't think anybody's gonna rank it as like top tier Pixar, but like it's good. It just gives you that, like I was saying, like it gets you emotional. I don't think it got me like Coco or Up or Toy Story 3 emotional, but it got me. I got lumpy throated, and I was like, I gotta be strong for these kids. Like, and I'm just like holding it together. But no, I thought it was very good. Pixar has 2 movies this year, so it's making me wonder, like, is the second one going to be better? Is this going to be the best of the 2? So, I don't know. But I thought it was cool.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, I don't love it as much as I loved Coco or Inside Out, and I think I loved Inside Out more than a lot of people. But it's top. I don't know. See, I want to do the whole Pixar binge before Soul, so I like officially have a position for it in June, and then I guess the next animated movie for the year. Nothing came out. This is the first big animated movie of the year, isn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so Trolls World Tour comes out in April, and it moved up a week to April 10th. It took the old James Bond date. And this probably looks like the weakest animated release this year for me, because let's call it what it is. This is Trolls Infinity War.
Yeah, that's what I call it. To all my friends that I talk about Trolls with.
I enjoyed the first Trolls. And this looks good enough. Is a good enough follow-up, but she needs every string for every type of music to destroy the other genres of music. This is Trolls Infinity War.
Yeah.
Joe, you gonna see this?
What's that?
You gonna see Trolls?
No. No, I don't want to. I don't really care for that type of animation. I mean, if it's I mean, me being a movie lover, I mean, I guess I could say yes, but most likely no, because whenever there is animated movies out in theaters, it's like my least anticipated one wanting to go and watch. I mean, because I enjoy live action, sci-fi flicks. It doesn't have to be a superhero movie, but just anything that makes me, get into the realism of it all. Like say when it comes to the movie Onward, I'm not excited to see it. It's not my anticipated movie to go and watch, even though we do have two top stars voice acting the film. The lead voices that'll get a lot of audiences to go and watch. Will I go and watch it? Yeah, sure. Like I said earlier, if I'm in the mood, why not? But if I'd have to, because I did do an anticipated video of this year as to what I would watch, and the only one that popped in my head was the movie Soul, because I saw the preview for it, and I thought it was amazing, even though it was just a teaser trailer. You don't have no idea what the movie's going to be about. You don't have no idea where it's leaning towards. You don't know if it's going to be a bad movie or a good movie, but, just the trailer itself, it really, uplifted me and really touched me emotionally, and I'm really excited to going out and watching that one. I mean, that one really, it captured me. So, but when it comes to Onward, I mean, sure, I'll go watch it. Why not? But something like Trolls, it's a sequel. I don't like sequels to animated movies because I've never even seen the first one either of Trolls. But if you supposedly have a successful first film, are you developing a sequel only because the first one was amazing and you think that you could do better, or are you just doing it just for the fact of what just Randy did right now? The money. The money part is just what really gives me a massive headache. I got not right now, but I get huge migraines when these stupid people are just developing these movies just for the fact of money. You're not doing it because of the source material. You want to make a story that you guys created. You want for those movie lovers to go out there and say, hey, you know what? They really got something going here, and I want to see what they developed together. And it just ends up being garbage. So, I mean, yeah, I'm just not a huge fanatic when it comes to these movies. So, honestly, to the answer to your question, when it comes to watching Trolls, no, not a big deal for me. Don't care. Throw it away. I don't want it.
No. That's one of the funniest moments in the whole show's history.
No.
Who wants to tackle Trolls next? And I had Ninja Turtle troll dolls. So.
I think. Do you remember? Okay, does anyone remember at all? There was a cartoon called The Stone Protectors. Early '90s. It was like a ripoff of Ninja Turtles, but it was also like a ripoff of like the Troll. He said, "Fuck the Stone Protectors."
We've lost Joe.
Trolls. It was like you could sell trolls to little boys. Basically, it was like they looked like the trolls with the tall hair, but they like did karate and shit like the Ninja Turtles. And it was horrible. It sucked, but I like loved it. So in a way, to disagree with Joe, I would say that Trolls is rich with character and history, and we needed the sequel to
World
cement the legacy.
Wow.
Of Trolls and the Troll dolls, and the saving of Troll Town or wherever we live.
Eric,
I'm not excited.
Eric, you're a big closet Trolls fan.
I saw the first movie actually with my little cousin to go see it, and it was enjoyable. It wasn't bad, nothing special. And like he said, the second one is just one of the writers saw Infinity War, like, let's dress this up and make it right. So yeah, it's probably the bottom of the list when it comes to animated movies for 2020. But
I'm still
yeah, so I'm gonna be there.
Opening day probably or weekend.
Kenan Thompson is voicing Tiny Diamond is my name.
That's what's that? I
thought the hip hop troll was gonna be Lil Rel, and it's Kenan Thompson.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't they have gotten a rapper?
Makes sense.
Anyway. Because doesn't Ozzy Osbourne play like a heavy metal troll?
I think so. Yeah. It's a long ass cast. It'd be a 5-hour podcast just reading off the cast.
Yeah, I'm not excited for it. I'll go see it.
Shit. Let me fact check something right quick.
Is Ozzy Osbourne in Trolls 2?
Yes, fool.
Yeah. Hey, Google.
Man, we got a riff right quick. I just got to verify release dates. Hey, man, people are going to change the channel with this dead space.
Right. No dead
What?
air.
This dead air. There you go, Sponge on the Run. Okay, I was right. Huh?
Is that the next one?
No, the next one is Scoob because it comes out on May 15th. And then I'm excited for this. Scoob looks funny.
Yeah, it does.
The first trailer was entertaining. The second trailer showed the full cast.
I haven't watched the second trailer yet. I won't lie, but I liked the first trailer. Was enough to get me excited.
Yeah, it's like it sounds like it's gonna be like a Scooby-Doo origin. You know, the Mystery Machine origin story and how they came together, became friends, and started pulling masks off, and how the kids started meddling, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, you gonna see Scoob?
Is that like the tagline?
No, dude, I can't come up with taglines. Nobody go see a movie ever if I came up with a tagline.
You made that up. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh man, I thought, is that in the new trailer? That's cute.
Since you're already talking, talk about Scoob, Nick.
Sorry. Am I talking?
Yeah, fool.
All right. The kids started meddling. Just really got me. I'm excited. I think Scooby-Doo is like one of those properties that is kind of like, why'd they let it sit for so long? I guess they didn't. I guess they were putting out straight-to-video movies, and there's like a cartoon show or whatever. But
9 WWF hybrid movies.
I guess they didn't really let it sit. But I don't know. Just a new theatrical animated Scooby-Doo movie is just a good idea to me. Like, I like those early 2000s live-action ones enough. I was 12 when they came out, so I was kind of the audience. I liked them enough.
Yeah, you were.
I'm glad they are doing that again. We don't need that. Sonic worked, so we shouldn't make another movie like that for years. We should just let that go and just make animated movies. But I think it looks cool. I like the cast. I really liked Zac Efron as Fred. That's a great idea. I don't know why. That's really funny idea. So I'm excited. It's kind of it's high. I'm more excited for that than Trolls. So
no question. Not sorry. Will Forte as Shaggy is crazy. He sounds nothing like Will Forte.
Mm-mm. Yeah, the whole first trailer, I was like, wait, who is Shaggy again? I had to look it up. I'm gonna miss Matthew Lillard, Shaggy.
Yeah, for sure.
For the best.
Yeah, but Gina Rodriguez as Velma, Zac Efron as Fred, Amanda Seyfried as Daphne, Will Forte as Shaggy, Frank Welker is irreplaceable.
Mm-hmm.
Eric, Scoob.
Yes.
Jinkies.
Yes, Scoob. That is all.
I don't know why, but I like what Warner Animation Group is doing. Outside of Lego movies,
close to the SpongeBob movie. I think they're a week apart, right? Oh yeah.
Shush.
Skipping ahead. Sorry.
Stepping on my toes.
But Scoob.
But yeah,
I'm excited for Scoob.
I thought Storks and Smallfoot were both really underrated, and it looks like they're doing bigger properties now outside of the Lego stuff.
Yeah. The Lego was the safety net.
It was.
Joe, did you fall asleep on us?
No, I'm actually looking at the Scooby trailer, and because I don't know, I'm just trying to build up the hype on it, and honestly, it's just like, is it necessary? Is it necessary? No, no. I mean, it's not that I'm disagreeing with you guys or anything, but honestly, I'm just like, why? Why do you gotta do it? I mean, so, and I mean, and that's just any movie, you know. Why do you gotta do it? But with this one, I'm just like, you know, it's just to get kids to go to the theater. I mean, that's the money goer right there. You know, if you got the kids, you also got the parents, and you know that's more money for them to make. And when it comes to Scooby Doo, you know, I actually I liked. It was not liked. I was okay with the live action movies. You know, the what do you call it? The CGI and everything like that was completely terrible. But you know, it was the movies of our time, and you know, and if they were to do something like that again within this time, you know, things have changed. You know, things are not quite normally the same as they were back then. I guess, yeah, why not just do an animated version, 3D animated version of Scooby-Doo? So, and not only that, making it an origin story. Do we need an origin story, really? Not necessarily, but I mean, just for the sake of providing entertainment for audiences, sure, why not? So, but I don't know. I just don't really, like I said, I'm not very fond of animated films. You know, there are some out there that are pretty good. But when it comes to these, I just don't really find it as highly necessary. Like say for example, last year I watched The Addams Family. Oh God, that movie was so bad. I mean, it was so gosh darn terrible. It was so bad that I was there when they were kids, and even the kids were bored. You know, they were literally falling asleep or goofing around because the movie was just they didn't know what the hell was going on. So, and I was falling asleep myself too, so it's just like I just don't care about this movie. And I'm like thinking, okay, well, I'm gonna go see Gemini Man next after this, so we'll see what happens. And even that was a massive disappointment. So I'm like, wow, this was a terrible day for movies. So so that's why I'm just not really, you know, excited about this. I'm just like, sure, why not? I can already tell it's gonna be disappointment, but you know, I don't want to be the one to judge because I haven't seen it just yet. I could be wrong. So, you know, whenever I do get the chance, get the opportunity to watch it, and probably I might change my mind. But when it comes to my opinion in the meantime, I don't really care.
And now two things have popped in my head. One, I'm going to get Joe advance tickets to the Addams Family sequel next year.
No.
Two, was Jexy the gem of that weekend?
Huh?
Was Jexy the gem of that weekend with Addams Family and Gemini Man?
Wow.
I'd say they were all three about on par with one another. If my memory is serving me correct, I might go Addams Family if I'm being honest. As far as what I'd rather watch again, like right now, probably that.
Yeah.
Just because I like the Addams Family.
Yeah.
As a property.
Yeah, but if we getting philosophical and getting into some Christopher Nolan Inception-esque theory about movies, it's like, bro, like from Gone with the Wind to The Godfather to Meet the Spartans to Inception.
Yeah.
No movie serves a purpose. Every movie's pointless. To Parasite.
Hey.
Did you literally just say Meet the Spartans?
Yeah. To throw out the comparison that at the end of the day, every movie is made to make money. Yeah. Everything has a fan. Like somebody could watch The Godfather, think it's trash, watch Meet the Spartans, and say, why didn't this get an Oscar?
Right.
Like those people are out there. What?
Are they? Are they really?
If people are... I feel like that is Brooklyn's Finest on Netflix comment. That was intended for me to go to Netflix and look for Brooklyn's Finest for that person. There are people out there that think Meet the Spartans deserved an Oscar.
It took every bone in my body not to write anything replying to that on that that was on the Rec League page.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, on the Rec League IG page.
Come on. Google the question. It just asked this random page you were on.
Yeah, I didn't reply.
Thing about just funny comments we get on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like,
I think just a side. I posted that I watched Spencer Confidential last night, and I tagged the actors in it. And what's her name? Eliza Schlesinger? What?
Close enough.
She's in it. And somebody commented on my thing, and they were just like, Eliza, you were amazing in this movie.
I get that all the time.
And I was like, should I respond? Like, I was like, I would be like, thank you so much. This was a passion project for me. I didn't. I should, though.
Post Malone, MTV Movie Award in your future.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Anyway,
Scoob.
Also, like, can I put in the atmosphere real quick? I think the cast of the old, like, 2002 Scooby-Doo movies were flawless. That was a perfect cast for a Scooby-Doo movie. I'm gonna say it. Everyone heard me say it. Linda Cardellini as Velma. That was flawless. Matthew Lillard was so good as Shaggy that he played Shaggy in everything, like video games and cartoons, for like 10 years after that.
It's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Put respect on those movies.
I'm not gonna watch them in May, but I'll watch them eventually.
Mm-hmm.
The following week, May 22nd, F9 will have competition from the SpongeBob movie, Sponge on the Run. This isn't fully animated. It might as well be. Keanu Reeves pops up in a tumbleweed. And I don't watch the SpongeBob cartoon. I'm down for all the movies, though. They're funny. I'll be there. Kind of excited. If I had to say what like my most anticipated for May was, this might mess around and be 3 or 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe. I
Black,
think of 2.
Black Widow,
for sure.
F9. I feel like I'm forgetting
there's
something.
else, but yeah.
Joe, SpongeBob out.
Why are you even asking me this? You're just gonna piss me off even more. I mean,
But why is that?
you know, it's like SpongeBob has been out for already over 20 years now, and I mean, it's a great and successful franchise. I mean, it's one of the things that Nickelodeon has ever done. I mean, if you were to ask me if they were to ever do a Nickelodeon film based off of one of their animated series, I want to see a live action version of Rugrats or something like that. You know what I mean?
That's coming.
But I know that that's like 90s material and it's really out of, this modern day's time. So, I mean, SpongeBob, I watched the series when I was a kid, when I was younger, when it first started. But then, I just stopped. I mean, and then I saw that there were movies coming out, and I watched the movies, and I was just like, okay, that was like it's just too childish for me. I don't know. I guess I just grew out of it. It's not really the type of material that's really fit for me. It doesn't really connect for me. But was I excited at all that they were making another SpongeBob film? Not necessarily, no. But I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's just another film going out in theaters for families to go and watch and enjoy. So, but really no interest for me at all whatsoever. Don't really care for it. Sorry to disappoint you guys, but it's just not really anything for me.
Eric, SpongeBob, Sponge Eric, round pants.
Now, what? How long has SpongeBob been around? Since the 90s. There's a reason it's been around for 20 plus years. And, for the children, I think that's part of the genius thing about it. It's technically for kids. But if you watch those movies, you watch those shows, they sneak a half a dozen or a dozen jokes in for adults to get. Not obvious ones, but they know the adults are watching and they wink at the adults. That's one of the reasons. That's why college kids, if they watch the movies and even as children, people go back and peek at it and see, oh yeah, it's still consistently. So yeah, I like that aspect about it. But once again, was I excited for it? No, not really. Will I go see it? Damn right.
Nick.
Because I know it's gonna be a quality product.
Yeah.
As far as if you like, I'm not necessarily a fan of SpongeBob per se, but I'm a fan of comedy and I'm a fan of good comedy. I know this movie will be that if it's anything like the other material. So I'm not gonna rush out and go like, I gotta get my ticket. But if nothing's happening, I won't feel bad purchasing the tickets for it. That's, it's a reason. Said it yourself. It's a reason it's still going strong 20 plus years later.
Yeah. Nick, before I ask you, Joe, I want to know if the Simpsons movie 2 come out next year, would you get excited for that?
Nope.
Damn. So it'll be Disney. And it'll probably be like PG.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah, that's
I've never watched The Simpsons, the show ever.
Really?
Never watched it.
Really?
Oh, never watched it.
Oh, you've been deprived of a good childhood.
I've never watched it in order, I will say.
Nah.
I've seen Simpsons here and there countless times. I've never watched it like episode 1 to whatever. Like,
well, they're on Disney Plus right now, and I've been trying to watch several because I really want to understand what the big hype is as to why it's lasted over 30 years. So,
well, it's one of the greatest shows ever made, for one. And if you want to, you can watch the Monorail episode, watch the Lemon Tree episode. You can watch when Homer goes to New York with the Twin Towers to get his car episode. It's some great episodes. It's really
Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah, Treehouse of Horrors. You can watch any one of those, even the more recent one. The show has definitely jumped the shark. But you go back to the classics. It's been a classic show for about 15 of those 30 years.
Nick, SpongeBob. Before we get too distracted on The Simpsons, Nick, SpongeBob. I brought up The Simpsons like an asshole.
I love SpongeBob. Like, I was like 9 or 10 when that show came on, and like I remember thinking like, what the hell is that? Because Nickelodeon used to put out shows, like they'd premiere like 2 or 3 shows at once. So it was like SpongeBob, like As Told by Ginger, and like Pelswick, and these shows that no one remembers. And like SpongeBob just ended up, it was the weirdest of the shows, but it ended up being the best, like from the get-go. Like the first episode was him with the leaf blower and like sucking up Squidward's house and all the sand. That shit's funny. Like it's funny, and like 20 years later, it's still really funny. Like those first like 2 or 3 seasons, like I've seen probably every episode like a million times just from as a child. Like they were just on all the time, and like I could turn it on right now and I wouldn't care. Like I just recite it and laugh and do the whole thing. So like, does the movie look great? Yeah, it looks like SpongeBob. Like it looks fine, but I'm gonna go see it. Like I'll probably even go see it like Friday night. Like
Mr. Advanced Screening.
Yeah, I mean, if there's an advanced screening, then you don't even have to ask. I'll be there. But yeah, SpongeBob is great. If you've never seen the Doodle Bob episode where he draws the evil SpongeBob, it's the funniest. It's funnier than like any normal episode of comic television. It's like the funniest thing ever.
Those are the episodes that I remember when I was a kid. I do remember those. Those are fine, but it's like I said earlier, that I just grew out of it. I really lost a lot of interest towards it. I mean, I really did love on how they did, every 30-minute episodes had, 2 or 3 individual stories going on. So I admired and enjoyed that, but I just lost connection of it. So I didn't really care for any further material related to the franchise. So
Doodle Bob episode. He draws the evil doodle. It's better than Seinfeld. It's the funniest thing ever.
How do I hang up on one person? Better than Seinfeld. You bite your tongue.
There'll be one listener who's just like, yes, he's right. Damn it.
All right, next. We got one that I think Joe might be excited for. June 19th, the second Pixar movie of the year comes out, Soul. directed by Pete Docter, who did Inside Out, who did Up, and one of those is in everybody's top 5. At least one of those is in everybody's top 5 Pixar. Don't really know much, especially like I think it's gonna be musically influenced. Jamie Foxx, Tina Fey, Questlove, Felicia Rashad. There's not much to talk about, but like I said, this was in my top 5 most anticipated of the year. I cannot wait for this one. Eric, start us off on Soul.
And Soul was sold to me by the director. You know, who doesn't like Up? Joe?
I don't know what the hell that is.
No, you said Inside Out, right?
Yeah.
Also, Inside Out. I think Inside Out is kind of underrated.
I love Inside Out.
A little. Yeah. Since it came out, like I think when it came out, people like raved about it, and like in the time since, it's just kind of there.
Disappeared. Right. But now, Soul is probably the animated movie that I'll go see. Like Nick said, that Friday night, and I'm kind of excited for it.
Joe.
You said it's coming out in June? I thought it was in November.
No, sir.
Yeah, June 19th.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it right now, and I'm just trying to find out where I got November from. But okay, yeah, June.
Another Disney movie.
Well, like I was talking about earlier, is that the trailer for it, even though it was a teaser trailer, it really captured my attention, and I really do felt like this was going to be a very heartwarming felt movie, and it's just the trailer itself alone is just pure magic. You can honestly feel the Disney material that they're developing for this Pixar film, and having it to being part of the summer movies is actually a huge plus. I love it because I love summer movies, and adding Soul to the list is, a huge good piece of good news for me. I can't wait for it. I mean, yeah, it's great. Sooner the better, because I can't wait for it. It's a good. It seems like it's gonna be a good movie, and I just can't wait for it. I honestly can't. Don't know anything about it. Don't know what's gonna happen. Don't know what the story's gonna be. But all in all, it is a movie that really builds me up for it. I can't wait.
Why do you build me up, Nick? Soul. Before I start giving y'all a ballad.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. I had this feeling. It's like they didn't really show much in the trailer, and I feel like they kind of did that with Coco when that came out, like its first teaser. Like I remember watching that, like, what is this even about? But I was still like very interested, and I just think those are the ones that you go in and you see, and they really just kind of landslide you with emotion. So I have a feeling that Soul is going to be the better Pixar movie of the year. I have a feeling, not to say that there was anything bad about Onward. I just have a feeling that
there was not.
Yeah, I just feel like Soul is going to be the bigger of the two. I think Soul is going to be the Oscar winner for animated feature this year, unless we get like an Into the Spider-Verse type movie late in the year that just wipes out the competition. But I don't know even what comes out at the end of the year. I'm just here.
Oh, we're on our way to the end of the year. All right, now we're into July, man. For the July weekend, we got the sequel to Minions, The Rise of Gru. I thought the original Minions was super okay. Joe is not a fan. And the trailer for this movie looks really fun. It looks like Minions sequel meets Despicable Me prequel. Was that Eric?
No, I said I love the trailer. It was funny. It's like a little short feature.
Yeah.
I'm like so once again that do we need it? No, but does it look like they're gonna do a good job with it? Yes.
Yeah, I really enjoy Illumination, and Gru wants to become a supervillain, so he steals something from a gang of supervillains. And it looks like they're voiced by Taraji P. Henson, Michelle Yeoh, RZA, Jean-Claude Van Damme. It's a dope voice cast for Minions.
Yeah, that's that right there.
I was like low key like super excited when Jean-Claude Van Damme was in Kung Fu Panda 2.
Right.
So like it's cool that he'll pop up in these animated sequels every so often. Eric, you say you excited for it?
No, it was I saw the trailer when we went to go see Sonic, and yeah, it drug me in. It was funny, entertaining, and that's what it's all about at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
And imagine how the movie is gonna come out if it's anything like the trailer, because they basically just show it's a rather long trailer, or at least it played that way. But
It's
no,
like
I
a
like
scene
it.
from the movie.
Yeah, it's just like one long scene from the movie. But oh yeah, it's totally. I even said it myself, like, oh, we need another Minions or Despicable Me prequel, whatever the heck it is. And the person I was talking to said, "Shut up." Yes, we do. And right, it might have been Nick, but no, I'm down with it. This might be the first year in a while I'm gonna go see like a lot of animated movies in theaters.
Nick, you excited for Minions?
No, but yeah, it's like Despicable Me was like this movie. Again, like they showed the trailer and I was like, that just looks odd. But like it was like it looked really funny, and then just everyone went and saw it, and it made a ton of money, and it was hilarious. Like I remember seeing that, just laughing my ass off at Despicable Me. And those minions, like those fucking little yellow, like those were like the standout things, and they just milked them for all they're worth, and people are still 10 years later like about it. Like I'm not mad. Like when I see like, oh, the new Minions, I'm like, oh, okay. Gives me a chance to rewatch the other ones.
Yeah.
Despicable Me 1 and 2 and 3 are great.
Yeah. I'm on the fence whether I want to watch Despicable Me this year, but like Gru's in Minions 2, so the rise of Gru, so I'll probably watch how he was already risen.
Mm-hmm. This is like Minions was like Hobbs and Shaw, but this is like actually like a part of the lore of the Minions. So I'm gonna rewatch all of them.
Hobbs
so
and Shaw.
I'm fresh. So like I remember all the details, the minute details that will come into play in the rich, rich lore of the Minions saga. Am I excited? Not really. But like again, am I gonna go see it? For sure. And like it'll be fine, and it's gonna make $1 billion. It actually might not. Don't quote me on that, because Secret Life of Pets 2 did not make anywhere near what I thought it was going to make. So kids might just be growing up. They might not give a shit.
Joe, did you ever buy a banana with a pack of yellow Tic Tacs that had Minion eyes drawn on them? Yeah,
Is that
me
a
neither.
thing?
I'm pretty sure.
But the Tic Tacs, yeah.
Yeah.
I was looking for those Tic Tacs. I never could find them when they were out there.
The Twinkies too, right?
I think so, yeah. Universal and Illumination probably banked in on every like all yellow snack and was just like, this is a marketing tool.
You're gonna push these little fuckers on all these kids,
right?
Until that's all they see.
Does anybody watch Bob's Burgers?
Here and there, on and off, but never really got into it. It's funny, yeah.
Movie?
Yeah, because it looks like Bob's Burgers is coming for all that tenant money July 17th.
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea this was coming out.
Did I not know about this?
Apparently not.
I had no idea. There's not a trailer, is there?
No.
Does Hollywood not know how to make their own source material anymore? All I ever hear is about, they're making a movie out of this, they're making a movie out of that, they're making an origin story, they're making a sequel, they're making a prequel, they're making a reboot. That's all I ever hear. And it's like, why don't they ever just come up with their own shit? Is that what Hollywood has come to now? It's like, that's why I love movies that were back in the 80s, because back then people wrote their own shit. Nothing was based off of a book nor a TV show nor anything. It was their own source material. And
except
now
Scarface.
it's like everything is just like excuse my language, but fuck everything that we knew about in the past.
Mhm.
We're going to chain our love like as if it was back in the day, but in modern time. No, don't do it. I'm sick and tired of. Not you guys. I'm not mad at you guys. I'm just mad at Hollywood because they keep on making these shitty movies. It's like, yeah, enough already.
I miss the 80s classics like Garbage Pail Kids and Mac and Me. I miss those days.
Yeah.
To be fair, Despicable Me, when it came out, was a totally original thing. Like, there weren't any movies, but then, yes, they just milked the teeth dry.
Mhm.
And we're like, we're going to make...
Well, we're going to get to something in November that's original animation-wise that I'm actually very intrigued about, but we'll get to that.
You know what my favorite original 80s movie was? Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that?
Fuck you, Randy.
That's not animated. Let me see. Bill and Ted's not animated.
Really good movies in the 80s. I feel like thinking like dumb ones. And it's like, oh, no, Back to the Future. That was that.
God, Back to the Future, so good.
Ugh.
Here we go.
Did you know that? I mean, I don't want to jump off topic here, but did you know that
we do it all the
trying
time.
to reboot Back to the Future?
They're not.
Yeah,
I
like
know they're not, but
They really
they're in talks of wanting to do it.
Yeah. But
Robert
that's all gonna
Zemeckis,
be-
like the creators of
I
Back
don't
to the
know if
Future
you guys
won't
have
allow it.
seen- I don't know if you guys have seen, but there's this video where they put Robert Downey Jr.'s face on
that looks-
Christopher Lloyd
yeah.
and Tom Holland's face on Marty McFly's, and then questions started popping out, and I'm just like, no, don't do it.
And they
Don't.
won't.
I know they
won't
won't, but
Right.
but just having them talking about it, it's like, just what is wrong with you people? You guys are so fucking stupid, So I don't know, just
Joe's like the Simon Cowell, like of this, like it's like we're all like, this looks good. It's like, no, it's not the best, but it looks fine. And Joe's like, fuck that shit. Fuck these minions. I love it. It's so good.
not my opinions. Honestly, it's like, yeah,
Literally.
you said it earlier, Nick, that Despicable Me was an original piece. It was something that people came up with. But then, yes, like it was said also, they milked it until it was dry. You got something great. Why in the world do you want to fuck it up? So,
Well, technically, they done that?
I don't think so.
They fucked it up.
Yeah, it's just they're milking it, but that don't mean that they messed it up. To be fair.
I'm talking about. I'm saying all in general. I'm just
Right. No, that's true. That's just the Hollywood mentality. It's no originality.
You lose the charm with each sequel for
Right.
sure.
Yeah.
It's like I don't really think there's a
there are
bad
times-
trustworthy, but none of them are
There are
good.
times when I watch a movie, and I don't even know where it came from. I thought it was original material, and then when the credits come up, I read it and it says based off of the book of. I'm like, you mean to tell me they didn't come up with this shit? They had to take it off of a book. It's just everything's off of a book now. It's like, come on, come up with your own shit.
So if you
Answer
watch
me this, Joe, would you rather watch the greatest movie you ever seen based on something, or the most horrible movie you ever seen that's original?
That is a good question. That's a tough one to answer, but
that's why I invite
mean-
Eric for good questions.
yeah. Let's see. If I would have to choose one, gun to the head, I'd have to say, yeah.
Bang!
I mean, at least they tried. That's the thing. They tried.
But you don't not try it when you base it on something. You still have to like the source material and to do it respect. I mean, 2017, the best movie of the year was based on that's Blade Runner 2049. In my opinion, that's a modern classic in my opinion, but it's a sequel, so it's based on something. But
And the best movie of
it's a
2017,
slippery slope of a
Logan,
discussion.
was also based
But-
off something.
Yeah, when the people, it's not the fact. I understand a lot of people do take advantage of material. They just want to pump it out to get cash.
Yeah.
But then again, you have your Logans, you have your 2049s, and the Mad Max Fury Roads, where they respect the source material and it from pen to the page, and they churn out classics. So But no, unfortunately, the ratio of just remaking and rebooting is terrible compared to putting out these originals or putting out something based on something where the passion is in it. I think that's what the problem is. And I understand your anger in that because they're putting out this crap, and then one little movie that's original doesn't do so well. You want to keep basing stuff on stuff. And that's the whole disconnect. And I'm sure that's where most of the anger is coming from.
Joe, do you like Baby Driver?
Huh?
Do you like Baby Driver?
Baby's what?
Baby Driver.
Baby Driver.
Right?
Driver. Yeah, I love Baby Driver.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one of the few originals that shine through.
Yeah.
Like that.
Serenity, Matthew McConaughey.
Do you like that, Joe?
That was truly original. That was a complete original.
Serenity? Oh, that one. I thought you were talking about the other one.
The Firefly.
The one that was not original and way better.
No, I saw Serenity, and I don't hate it like how everybody else did. I actually liked it. It wasn't okay. Yeah. Look at the jaw dropper.
I wouldn't even say I hated it. Like, hate is not the word.
No, it's...
But anyway, we'll move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
After having to watching it, I really didn't understand why people didn't like it. I'm just like, it's okay. It's not the best movie ever made, but I wasn't bored. I wasn't pissed off about it or anything. I wasn't disappointed from it. I mean, it was just an okay movie to watch. So
I'll move on from Serenity.
Yeah.
I'll talk about Serenity the entire duration.
Let's move on. September 18th, Sony Animation has Connected coming out. Maybe from Lord and Miller had this idea or are producing. They're attached, so it's gonna get attention. This trailer came out a few days ago. I laughed out loud quite a bit watching this trailer. Nick, did you see this?
I did. I watched it after we talked about. I didn't watch it. I watched it, and I laughed pretty hard too. I think it looks funny, and their names attached to it have my attention.
Yeah,
it's just cool. I like when you can attach names to an animated movie.
Ooh.
It's not just it's an animated movie.
I have the question for Joe, Mr. Awesome. Did you like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
Is that your question?
Yes.
Which one is that one?
It's where the scientist made food rain from the sky. It was animated. It was original. It was directed by Lord and Miller.
Is that the one where the food turned into creatures or something?
That was the second.
Yeah, I'm about to say that might be 2.
There's a second one?
2 is not original because it's a sequel.
Yeah.
But the first one.
I don't know. I haven't watched that movie in a long time. I completely forgot how I felt when I was watching it. I only watched it once in my life, so I'd have to watch it again and get back to you on that.
All right. Eric, did you see the Connected trailer?
I did not. Only read the synopsis or whatnot about it, but
okay.
We'll see.
Well, there are kids, and it's 2020. Kids are all into their technology. Danny McBride voices a father who just wants more bonding with their kids before the oldest one goes off to school. So then it turns into a road trip movie that looks hilarious.
What movie is this?
Connected.
Connected. Never heard of it.
Isn't it something about robot? It's a robot uprising?
It was originally titled The Mitchells versus the Machines. And yeah, I think there's a robot battle that was in the trailer too.
It looks funny. It looks more like a DreamWorks movie than a Sony movie. It kind of looks like Monsters vs. Aliens, like that kind of
underrated
comedy. It looks funny.
Yeah.
Sony Pictures is so hit and miss when you really look at their
Tis true.
actual filmography. They did the Emoji Movie,
which I'm still gonna argue that's not as bad as everybody made it out to be.
Joe's
Emoji
Serenity.
Good, I liked it.
It was fine at worst and best. It was like me.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was there. It was something. It wasn't worth like bashing. But this looks better than that. It looks better than Trolls.
Yes.
Poor Trolls.
Poor Trolls.
Poor Troll.
Wow. Hold on. Paramount, November 13th, has a Clifford movie scheduled here. And, I mean, it's November, so it's, like, there's not a lot to it. I mean, there's a cast list. And I watched Clifford.
Clifford the Big Red Dog?
The one and the same.
They made one of those, like, back in 2004 or something like that. They made a Clifford movie.
I was putting my life on the line joining the military. I don't remember that.
It's no excuse. Clifford.
It's really not.
Wow, that's like the second movie I didn't really know was coming out. That's weird. Weird for me.
It's not original, so I don't think Joe has any interest. Eric, are you interested in Clifford?
I wasn't even aware of it, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, later in the year, man, like, there's not a lot to go on. This is one that I'm excited for. I mean, really, like, that counter, well, it was already scheduled, so No Time to Die is going to be the counter, viewing for that Thanksgiving weekend. Raya and the Last Dragon is coming out.
Yes.
And Cassie Steele is Raya. Aquafina is the dragon. That's really all we know. We probably won't get a trailer until, like, summer.
Soul.
Yeah, yeah. Good call.
And from one of the writers of Crazy Rich Asians, which was
okay,
pretty decent movie.
Yeah.
So,
not original.
And keyword for this movie, original.
Yeah. Like, I wanted to do, like, a whole November, like, Disney animated binge, and then I never really, like, committed, and then Bond got moved, so it's not gonna happen. I'm excited for this just because I don't know anything about it. Joe, it's original. What you think about Raya and the Last Dragon?
What the heck is that?
It's technically there's no trailer out for it. It's just a description, and
it's the Disney movie in November that you thought Soul was.
Yeah, and they got a couple of stills for it. That's about it, but it looks good.
Is it a Pixar movie?
No, it's straight Disney.
No, I never heard of it. I mean, Is there a trailer out for it already?
Not yet.
No, I don't want to say this, but I really have no comment on it. I've never heard of it before. I mean, just right now while you guys are talking, I mean, I'm paying attention, but I'm also trying to focus also on this Connected movie because I just saw the trailer for it, and I mean, it just doesn't really seem as interesting as I would love it to be. But I mean, these animated movies are really, I don't know how they do these things. Because it's a lot of stuff. I wish I could put my take on it because honestly, I love to talk about movies, but these are just not really anything that I could say anything good about. Like the animation to this trailer that I saw right now for Connected, it really seemed bad. It doesn't even look like it was made by Sony. It looks more like one of those cheap animated films that go directly to video, So,
were you a Hotel Transylvania fan?
I saw the first one only. The other two look like garbage. The first one, not really too good. I didn't like it. So, yeah. I mean, I have fun with my niece and nephew sometimes, because I did when I saw the first one. They're like, I do not say blah blah blah, and I do that with them a lot. So they have fun with it. But I mean, it seemed pretty lame to me.
The two scene stealers in your most anticipated video.
Hmm?
So the two scene stealers in your most anticipated video.
Scene stealers.
Yeah. Everybody watch your videos for your niece and nephew, not for you, dog.
Oh, that one. Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just playing. There are 2 animated movies scheduled for December 23rd, so one of them is guaranteed to move. For I don't want to talk about both of them when we don't know which one's not going to come out. But The Croods 2 is finally scheduled for December 23rd. You got everybody.
Oh, don't worry. The other one is an original one.
Oh. I actually like the first Croods. The first Croods was okay, but why are they making it? That movie came out when? Back in 2014, 2015?
I mean, I think because like the distribution for DreamWorks got shuffled around, and the first Croods came out, I think, when Paramount was slanging DreamWorks, and then I forget who had it, and now Universal had it, and they finally gave it a release date. I think The Croods is like DreamWorks' most underrated movie. The main cast, the main cast, yeah, Fox had DreamWorks for a while. The main cast looks like they're coming back: Nicolas Cage, Ryan Reynolds, Emma Stone, etc. And then it looks like Leslie Mann, Kelly Marie Tran, and Peter Dinklage signed on. So that's strong. Like, I hope this comes out this year because, like I said, I love The Croods. Nick, Croods 2.
Yeah.
Maybe. Mr. Goodman.
Oh, okay, you went away, so I was like waiting.
You went away. No, The Croods, not waiting. Wrong Ryan Reynolds.
If The Croods 2 comes out, I'll go see it. I'm about as excited for it as I am Trolls 2, though, if I'm being honest. Like, The Croods was, like, fine to me. DreamWorks went through a little bit of, like, a dry, like, between How to Train Your Dragon, like, 1 and 2.
That's a 4-year gap, dog.
They kind of, like, except for Kung Fu Panda 2. Like, pretty much everything they put out that I remember was like, me, fine. Like,
don't make me
Mr.
run
Peabody,
down what they did.
like Turbo.
That was
I feel
after
like
The
Turbo
Croods.
more than The Croods.
Really?
They should do a Turbo kit, for sure.
My love for Turbo is that, like, part of it takes place in Indianapolis.
Yeah. And it was like a ripoff of Cars, and it kept that streak alive of DreamWorks ripping off Disney and no one saying anything about it. They did that for like 10 years. They did. Shark Tale? Are you kidding me?
Right.
I remember it. Like, Shark Tale does not hold up as much as I wanted it to.
But it was fine.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Let me see. There was
Ants.
How to Train Your Dragon,
Bugs Life.
Shrek 4, Megamind. Then there was Kung Fu Panda 2, and I think Puss in Boots was that same year.
Puss in Boots was good. Too.
Puss in Boots
we
was
skipped
good.
2011.
2012 was, I think, Madagascar 3 and Rise of the Guardians. 2013 was The Croods and Turbo.
Yeah, and like Mr. Peabody and Mr. Sherman.
Yeah,
like,
Mr.
these
Peabody
were
and
fun.
Sherman was 14.
They
Then
weren't like, you know, they weren't like top shelf DreamWorks material.
I liked more
To
than
me.
half of those.
They were fine. Like I liked them. Like Home, that was like fine. Like these weren't. I don't know. Disney, meanwhile, were putting out like Inside Out and like actual masterpieces, and they're just like, well, here's Mr. Peabody and Sherman.
Yeah, I feel like they were like acquiring like properties to flip into animated movies. And, yeah.
And like, thank God.
Eric,
So-
The Croods 2. Oh, my bad, Nick.
Yeah. No, I just feel like, yeah, like I'll go, but I'm not like counting down the days.
Yeah. 274.
Yeah, 207.
Eric, your thoughts on The Croods?
None really. I'm familiar with the first movie, although I didn't see it. So I know it's just one that slipped through the cracks with me. So I'm afraid no opinion on this one.
Okay. Also on December 23rd, cover your ears so you don't get eardrum damage from Joe's rage. Tom and Jerry is coming out, but it might be like a live action animated hybrid,
Wow.
and it is
What?
directed by Tim Story. Chloe Grace Moretz is in it. Michael Pena is in it. Ken Jeong is in it.
Huh? Really?
Yeah.
That's
I feel like that's going to be the one that gets moved. But I don't know. Like I said, one of these isn't coming out this day. I remember like 1994, like Tom and Jerry, the movie was really fun from what I remember. So
with the little girl.
Yeah. I'm down with keeping like really old properties relevant.
Yeah.
So there's one.
Yeah.
I know I mentioned, sorry, Nick, there was another movie. It doesn't have a hard release date. It just says 2020. And it's this one is one of the most interesting. It's another original one.
Uh-oh.
About a dragon.
Mulan?
No, Wish Dragon.
What?
Yeah.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, Wish Dragon.
Wish Dragon?
Yeah, Jackie Chan, Constance Wu, Bobby Lee. And it doesn't have it. It just says 2020.
Okay.
So I was curious about this one. It's another Sony picture, Sony animation rather. And this one stood out because of the director, Amy Heckerling.
I know that name.
Clueless, Look Who's Talking, Fast Times at Ridgemont High. You know those movies, and so yeah, it just popped up. I'm like, Wish Dragon.
It's Wikipedia, but take it with a grain of salt. But Wikipedia says Chris Applehans is directing.
Yeah, I don't know. I got both of those. I don't know what it is because I'm on
like a question, like which dragon, or is it like
Wish?
Wish. Yeah, Wish. WISH.
Oh, that's lame.
Shit, I'll check it out.
I was thinking Witch Dragon, and I was like, ooh.
Hey, wow.
Yeah, no, I had that one too. It's like on the main page it says Amy Heckerling. The other one is Chris Applehans.
Hey, this is Sony. This is Sony biting DreamWorks with Abominable, trying to hit that Asian demographic.
Yeah.
Abominable was underrated.
Abominable was a great movie, but it was also another like rip-off movie. Like it was just Smallfoot. It was Smallfoot.
You right.
But it was better. I would say it was way better than Smallfoot. But it was another just one of their shits.
I saw Smallfoot. I actually like Smallfoot, but I never saw Abominable.
Abominable, I thought was really good. It was like they put out Megamind the same year as Despicable Me. We need to talk about this. It's the same.
They did.
Movie. It's the same thing.
I know. I like Megamind.
I like Megamind too.
Megamind's good.
They put it out the same time as A Bug's Life. Like they did that on purpose.
What, Ants?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ants
yeah.
is great.
Despicable Me came out in July of 2010. Megamind was November.
Yeah. I knew that was coming. We got Monsters Inc. It's like, well, we got monsters and aliens. It's like, fuck you, DreamWorks. They did it more than once.
Oh,
anyway.
shit. Before we ride out, I wanted to talk. I don't know if we're all familiar with, but DC has their straight-to-video animated movies. Superman Red Sun is coming out in like 2 weeks. And then, Joe, do you watch these? They're based off pre-existing comic book material.
Yeah. Not only do a lot of these get theatrical releases by
lately
Phantom Events, and I usually go to them. They did the double feature one on hey man, you can go to them too.
I'm all tired of y'all. The small town don't get no advance like y'all get. I had to go to see the Impractical Jokers movie. I had to go like 400 miles.
Yeah, you need to tell them to, hook up with Phantom Events, because if it's Phantom Events, Cinemark and AMC is going to get it.
And sometimes Regal.
Yeah, Regal too, yeah. I got a trivia for you. Who owns Phantom Events?
Regal.
Phantom of the Opera.
It's a 3-part ownership.
Phantom of the Opera? Don't nobody want to see no damn Phantom of the Opera. My bad. Quick money talks quote.
What's the big corporation from Wall-E? By
Yeah, by and large, yeah.
Oh, well, what'd you think about Wall-E, Joe?
Oh, I love Wall-E.
Randy, you idiot. No, but to
I was actually thinking about that movie earlier today, and I'm like thinking, I wonder if it's gonna get brought up or not. But yeah, I love Wall-E. Wall-E's good.
yeah,
I got it in 4K the other day. I'm excited to watch that in 4K. It's no big deal. It's just my special.
Stupid. No, but Fathom Events.
I'm tired of y'all
is
rich people.
owned by AMC, Cinemark, and Regal.
Oh shit.
And yet Randy doesn't get them. Like, what? That's the biggest slap in the face.
Yeah, that's a theater's choice, I guess, but don't have a market for it. But you got like a really small theater, don't you? Like a 10 screen or
Yeah, nah. We have a Movies 8.
no 8 screens. So
Yeah.
yeah, you gotta prioritize those screens.
Yeah, I mean we got the Friends anniversary thing last fall, and that's the only time I think anything Phantom has ever come here.
Which I missed out. I really would have wished I'd seen that. I didn't even know anything about it. Love Friend.
Asshole. I'm talking about myself. No offense to anybody that might have got offended. I know 2020, everybody like to get butt hurt. I'm an asshole. I think the other two did y'all see the Justice League Dark Apocalypse War trailer?
No.
I don't watch the trailers for those movies. I just buy them when they come out and then let them sit for a few months, and then I'll watch like 3 of them because I do enjoy them and I like having them. But I never watch the trailers. I'm never like, what is next for Superman? I'm just like, I'm gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I know I'm gonna.
All right. And I think the last one this year is Superman: Man of Tomorrow.
There's 2 Supermans.
Like they usually do like 2 Batman movies a year and then Justice League, and they're finally like showing other characters a little bit of love.
Like, do another Green Lantern one. Those are 2 of the best ones.
Yeah. I really want like more like Green Lantern, Wonder Woman, Martian Manhunter, Aquaman. I feel like Warner, whoever like runs this area of Warner Brothers, just doesn't feel like it'll sell.
That's gotta be it. Because they're all pretty good for
the
most part. They're just like, Batman does the thing, and it's like, oh well, yeah, somebody will buy that.
Yeah. The only one that they've done over the past couple of years that I wasn't too high on was Batman and Harley Quinn.
Yeah,
I thought that was it. It was more like one of those like based on the cartoon type movies.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a serious.
It was a cash grab because Harley Quinn's become uber popular.
I bought it. It worked.
Got my coin too. I guess that's it. And adults talking animation, always cool. We'll cook up something in 2 weeks, man. This was a last minute topic anyway. When I come back, I'm gonna have my boy on. We're gonna talk some NFL Combine, man. It is Rec League Podcast. All right, and now sports. We got the return. My guy O Pizzle, International O. It's been a little minute, but I wanted to hit you up and I want to talk about the NFL Combine, man. Like what you think? Like, what was some of your biggest surprises and who you think come out looking good, ready for the draft and all of that?
Well, many athletes that are projected to, go in the top 10 or like top 10 prospects didn't even participate in like drills and stuff like that. Like Joe Burrow, Tua, he's injured, of course. Chase Young. And so you couldn't really see who was always going to be, how players look. But I don't really care for the combine myself. It's not realistic. I look at game film and how you perform in games. So combine is arcaded? Archaic? Yeah, it's ancient.
Yeah.
It's ancient evaluations on how we look at players, and it doesn't even make sense now. So, but a couple guys that I did see that caught my eye. Jonathan Taylor from Wisconsin, the running back. He looked good, shifty. He ran a 4.39. I'm like, that's blazing. That guy Isaiah Simmons out of Clemson, dude 6'4", ran a 4.3.
Damn.
And he's talking. They're talking about him. He can play any position from safety to a hybrid linebacker to edge rusher, and he's probably one of the most versatile players in this draft. I would kind of have him over Chase Young,
okay,
because you can scheme him as a linebacker, and then say if there's like 3 wide receivers on the field or 4 wide receivers on the field, he's fast enough to mirror your best wide, a slot wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
And so you can have him schemed in coverage so he can actually rush the passer or hop back in coverage, play the run. He can do a wide variety of things. So he's one person I'm like, he should go, based off talent, he should go in the top 5. Mekhi Becton, the tackle out of Louisville. He's looking to 364 pounds. He's a beast. He's probably gonna go in the top 7. So he's like the best offensive lineman that's on the board. I know everyone wants to talk about quarterbacks. Man, I mean it's kind of self-explanatory. Everyone has Joe Burrow going number 1.
Yeah.
But if I am the Bengals, I trade that pick. But the only thing that hurts the Bengals this year is that there's so many free agent quarterbacks out this year. The demand is so low for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I feel there's so many available in free agency this year that they don't have a choice except to take Joe Burrow. Now, I would personally go defense or trade the pick because you still have a decent roster, in front of you. But I don't know. I don't run the Bengals, but hey. But I still think in my heart of hearts the best quarterback in this draft is Tua.
Yeah.
He can turn a franchise around like that. There are talks about him going to Washington. That's a horrible spot for him.
Yeah.
Hopefully he is able to move down, but people don't realize that Ron Rivera is a defensive-minded head coach, so yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if he took Chase Young first anyway. And they already have. I don't know if Alex Smith is planning on returning, or if he's healthy enough to return, or what's my quarterback from the Redskins? Dwayne Haskins.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're playing. Remember, they just drafted him last year in the 7th round, and the 7th pick in the 1st round. Sorry.
Yeah, that's why it'd be crazy to take Tua.
Yeah, and so we'll see. I feel like they could use a lot more weapons, put some weapons around them. My best wide receiver, in my opinion, is Jerry Jeudy.
Jury duty.
Yeah. He's from that lineage. Julio, Amari Cooper, Calvin Ridley. Like, I think he's the next one. So Jerry Jeudy is my best wide receiver coming out from Alabama. Everyone likes CeeDee Lamb, but I just don't think he's physical enough, to take that punishment.
Yeah.
And so I don't think he's going to do well. Yeah, granted, he's fast, but I don't think he's physical. I like Henry Ruggs. Everyone's talking about him. He ran a 4.28. Speed does not necessarily translate in success. So even though you can have a quick twitch and be fast, does not mean you're going to be successful. But like I say, he's coming from Alabama. I haven't seen any bad Alabama receivers as of late. if you know of any, please let me know.
Drop a
But
comment.
I don't know. And what is it? T. Higgins is another wide receiver that people are talking about, and he's at the Clemson. And like I said, I don't know any bad Clemson wide receivers that have come out as of late either. Was it DeAndre Kane? He's injured, but he was good enough to be that dude too. So that's I don't know. That's my take on this year's combine and who I think are like the top athletes. But yeah, man, it should be an exciting draft. It's gonna be in Vegas this year.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be dope. But we'll see with this coronavirus, see what's gonna happen with that. So I don't know. They might have an indoor draft or something.
I believe it. NCAA bracket tournament coming up. You got any thoughts how that's gonna play out?
Dude, there is no elite team this year in college basketball.
Nah, like how many times number one got dropped?
Dude, probably more than 8 times this year. And of course you have your blue bloods, Kansas, Duke, but there's some new kids on the block. They got Dayton in there this year. Dayton's number 3. San Diego State, they just lost in their conference final last night. So, they're probably going to be a number 2 seed. You got Baylor in there. Baylor's is going to be a tough out. They're very long. Of course, you got Gonzaga, who's a mainstay right now. You got your Kentucky's, your Florida State. Florida State is good, but I feel like there's going to be so many This is like the best time to bet this year. There's going to be so many upsets. This is probably like the most even playing field of an NCAA tournament we might have like in history. And like I said, anybody can be beat. 11s beating 6s. I can see some 2s being upset this year. I won't say we will have a 1 versus 16 upset. That's not. I don't say it's not possible, but it's not likely to happen.
Yeah.
But of course, you have your 12 versus 5s and 13 versus 4s. But I think it's going to be a wide open year. A dangerous team to look out for. Belmont. Belmont is a mid-major, but they have tournament history, and they're known to at least come out with a game or so. So that's a lower seed I would say keep your eye on. A dangerous team, even though they're not ranked right now. You still have Butler. Butler's dangerous. I wouldn't want to play them in tournament play. Granted, the East this year is really good, so they're having their ebb and flows. You're playing the same opponent a few times a year.
Yeah.
They're going to know what you well, but getting Butler in a tournament fashion when they're not played every day or every year, it's going to be difficult for those teams who haven't faced an opponent like Butler. Michigan State is another dangerous team. They're not ranked super high. I think they're like top 20, top 25, but in the low 20s. But they got experience. They have a freshman named Rocket Watts. He can stroke it. They got a senior leader in Cassius Winston. Tom Izzo is always known to get to the Sweet 16.
Hell yeah.
So I don't see them getting. So we'll see, man. It's supposed to be Final Four is supposed to be in Atlanta this year. So and Atlanta usually has a really good Final Four. So I'm hoping we'll have a good tournament, and we'll see what happens with that, man.
Cool.
We're gonna hit up NBA real quick. We're gonna Talk about NBA real quick.
That's what I was just finna say. That I appreciate you jumping in. And NBA playoffs is right around the corner. I was gonna see if he was down to come back for that playoff preview.
Man, shoot, it's all about LeBron and LeBron. What are we doing? I think the NBA playoffs gonna be actually lit this year though.
Yeah.
Yeah. If the Nets keep on dropping, bro.
Yeah, I think Washington's sneaking in.
Bro, they don't want to see if Bradley Beal gets in. That might be a problem and a half.
Wizards Bucks first round.
That might be a problem. If that happens, that's gonna be a problem because they got that dude Biatanis, or what's the dude's name from the Spurs?
I feel like I know who you're talking about, and I can't pull his name.
No. If the Wizards win, if the Wizards make it to the AC, they go 6 with Milwaukee.
Okay. Yeah, because, man, the Nets just let go of their coach. No KD, no Kyrie.
Dude, I don't understand that.
I don't either.
I'm like...
They just beat the Spurs, and then the next day he gets let go.
They fucked up, man. Kyrie fucks up everybody's chemistry, bro. I could not have that dude on my team, bro. Like...
Feel that.
I don't know. So I don't know what they're going to do with that. Because I'm like, you build up chemistry. You trade your... Like, why don't you run it back? You had D'Angelo Russell.
Yeah.
And they were out here balling. They won like 50 games last year. Or 40-plus games. Out here balling. And then... I don't know, man.
I feel you. Yeah. I think, like, give it one season, see what Kyrie and KD can do. And then Kyrie might have to get traded.
Bro, he's a fucking bum to me, bro. He's such a bum. He's such a bum. I'm like, he can't even stay healthy.
Nah.
I'm like, nah, bro. I don't understand the infatuation with Kyrie. We've seen it too many times. He can't win without a dominant player there.
Yeah. Like, everybody forgets. I don't want to make this a Kyrie bashing session or whatever, but everybody forgets those LeBron Miami years. Bro. Kyrie was trash with the Cavs. The Cavs were trash with Kyrie, should I say.
He underachieved with the Boston squad.
Yeah.
Were they out in the first round last year?
No, they swept us.
The same shit.
But then, yeah. Like, he bails on Cleveland because he know LeBron's leaving. And then you see where they at now. And then the Nets are in complete disarray. And, like, Durant isn't even an excuse either because they had a squad last year. They got pieces now.
Yeah. And then Kyrie's talking about, oh, yeah, we have we need 1 or 2 pieces. Like, bro, you are the 1 or 2 pieces.
Yeah. Like, y'all was signed. Y'all was signed to them fat-ass contracts to win.
Bro. And I'm like, why do you sign DeAndre Jordan?
You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all better respect Jared Allen, man.
Dog.
Y'all better respect Harris LeVert.
My favorite dude is Caruso right now.
With the Lakers?
He become one of my favorite players right now. His plus minus differential is sick when he's on the floor. He probably is like one of the most crucial players to the Lakers' success this year that we don't really.
I believe it, man. Them glue guys.
Yeah, I'm like he'll be on that team for a while. He's not gonna get traded.
They offered him to Detroit for Derrick Rose, man. I don't know.
No. Detroit wanted Caruso, and they said no.
Oh, word?
Yeah, that was the other way around.
Okay.
Yeah, they were like, we're not giving up Caruso. Fuck you. I'm like, every great basketball team has one white guy on. Like, you can't. Them Heat days, they had Mike Miller. I swear.
You right about that.
You know, bro. Even in college, bro. Even like those Florida teams with Joakim Noah, Al Horford. Remember Corey Brewer? You know, that squad. They had this one dude. His name was Lee Humphrey.
Legend.
Just stroke it. No one remembers him, but I remember, bro. One of the deadliest white dudes from 3 I've ever seen in my life. My guy from
Chris Mullins' second coming.
Boy, Louisville, they had Luke Hancock when they won the tournament. Bro, what a great shooting name. Luke Hancock.
It sounds like a white guy name.
Dog, stroking it. I'm like, every great team has one white guy on, you know? And so, Caruso's going to be very important come playoff time. The Clip, I don't know, man. I don't trust Paul George in the playoffs.
No.
And so I trust Kawhi, of course. You know, he's a staple. But, man, the Rockets, the Rockets small ball lineup is going to be a problem. I think it's going to be ultra fast paced. You're not going to be able to stop it. At least for not all 4 quarters, you know.
Yeah.
But they have lost 3 straight. I'm not sure if they're just taking, you know, if they've been resting players and stuff like that.
I don't know. They rested Westbrook against Charlotte.
Yeah, so you know that's going to happen. But Westbrook versus anybody in the playoffs, like I think they're cool with their seeding. I think they're playing for seeding right now.
Yeah,
because there's no reason. You know, they're a top 3 seed, and right now they will match up with they'll match up with the Jazz, which is a great lineup for them. So it doesn't really matter because I think there will be a problem for the Mavericks, Memphis, anybody. So Memphis, Oklahoma City, to do it kind of takes the big man out of the way.
Yeah.
So any team that has a big man, Steven Adams, you got with the Jazz, Rudy Gobert, like you take him out the equation. So they don't have enough forces to guard. They're not fast enough to guard Houston. So we'll see, man. But Houston's my dark horse, and I hope the damn Pelicans can win 5 games in a row.
Yeah, I want to see them get in. I'm not even a big JJ Redick guy, but I want to see him continue his playoff seasons made.
Man, I'm talking about Zion, bro. You talking about JJ?
I know what you're talking about. Zion is nasty. I want to see Zion in the playoffs too. Yeah, but there's those stupid statistics. So-and-so has made the playoffs every season, blah, 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 blah. And JJ Redick got that stat.
Oh, he's made the playoffs
every year of his career, he's been in the playoffs.
Damn. And not to win 1 ring, though.
Yeah. Yeah, Orlando, Milwaukee, the Clippers, Philly, he's always made the playoffs.
Wow.
I guess he's never been to the finals either.
Bro, I'm surprised he didn't sign with the Lakers, bro.
I'm surprised he didn't sign with us.
I wouldn't sign with us either, bro.
Hey, it'd be cool. Yeah, I thought he was going to L.A.
And I'm like, the Pelicans? Nah.
Yeah, but, that was probably the biggest oddball signing last off season.
I thought he was going to get a dub, get a chip. But shout out to John Morant, though. He's been balling.
Nasty.
So, yeah.
He's been crucial for my fantasy team.
He's what?
He's been crucial for my fantasy team.
Oh, really? Bro, hey, any changes to the league next year?
No. Ask me again over the summer, man. I don't know. July.
What'd you say?
Ask me again around July. I don't know.
Oh, bro, I'll be playing for next year after I get bounced out the playoffs. I'm like, my focus is already on who I'm drafting.
You know what I mean?
No, it's one of those things. Like I said, I dominate the regular season. I'll be killing boys in the regular season, especially in home. It was a homeboys league. He was like, how was I able to trade for Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, and Tyreek Hill in 1 week, bro?
I don't even know.
I mean, but it's like none of the trades were actually bad trades, though. I actually just had players. Like I had players that made sense.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, and then whoever dropped Drew Brees, because I picked up Drew Brees, and that's how I got Patrick Mahomes, because someone dropped Drew Brees.
I don't remember that. I don't think I was paying attention.
Yeah, someone dropped him off on waivers because he was injured. Remember the 5 games he was injured?
That's right. Yeah, when Teddy Bridge came in killing.
And someone dropped him. I'm like, oh, hell no. playing. I'm like, I need some more bench spots.
Hell yeah. But that's gonna wrap up the sports segment right quick, man. You welcome back anytime you want, man. Just hit me up. Like I said, NBA playoffs. We're gonna come back with the predictions. Try to get you back on, dog. When I come back, we're gonna talk about that Planet Asia album. Got some bars for y'all, man. It's Rec League. Stay tuned. Yo, I wear gloves up in the booth, no prints, no proof. I pull strings, slam doors tied to a loose tooth, and I am the damn truth. Rec League and we can't lose. Been to war and got some fresh scars. I packed a toast cause making bread's hard. I never learned cause my head's hard. Lucky enough not to make any kids when my head's hard. I kick bars and they get ignored. Y'all reactions my wealth cause the kid is poor. Like y'all job's more important than what I got in store. They want the bars like mine, but that's out of stock, like not in store. I want some and then I get some more. I stand tall and the imp is short. I got the itch for the booth and I've been bored. Write bars, the pencil shavings, inhale, don't pretend, snort. Alright, man, we gotta put a bow on this one. Episode 36, Rec League Podcast. Planet Asia dropped a new album, Trust the Chain. Got the homie Old Man Lawrence, as usual. He the only one I ever heard talk about Planet Asia. This is your blog, dog. Talk about this album.
Yeah, man. Planet Asia, as we know, drops about 5 albums a year, man. This is him and 38 Special. Pretty sure 38 Special produced the whole album.
I think so.
Yeah, Trust the Chain. How many tracks is it? We got 10 tracks. And his last EP, I want to say it was like 5 tracks, and it was really short. It was like 28 minutes or something like that. It was a fire ass take. This is a really good album too. I like it a lot. First time I spun through it, I thought it was just so-so or whatever for Planet Asia.
Yeah.
But actually, the more and more I've listened to it, it's actually grown on me. And I like this album a lot. Body After Body is the first track. That sets the tone right from the jump. It's got Rashid Chappell on there, who I love his fucking voice, man. He's a dope ass dude. And I mean, you get more of the same from Planet Asia on here. My favorite track is probably Learn from the OGs, because it's a nice nod. You know, some up and coming rappers. I don't want to say up and coming because they've been doing their thing for a while.
Yeah.
But got on that track with him. He talked about learning from old school cats have been doing it. Snake Charmer is a song before that. It's really dope. Tekken and Mink is nice. And yeah, it's only 10 tracks, and I don't think there's a weak song on here, honestly. But this one is it's a short album too. I think it's just under 30 minutes.
Yeah. Like I was spinning, and like throughout the week, I thought I was missing tracks because it was so short, and I was coming back around to the same song, and I had to go look at the track list. I'm like, well, I heard that. And I started listening to it on like track 8, like Learn from the OGs, Tekken and Mink, Juggernaut, somewhere around there. I was like, nah, I heard this.
Yeah, it goes quick. Like I can work out and damn near spin this album like almost 3 times. So yeah, it's pretty short. Most of his albums are.
Yeah.
As far as recent Planet Asia albums go, like this is towards the top. I like this one a lot. Yeah, man, it's just a dope ass album. And then we had Jadakiss came out, and then last week we had Voice of 5'9".
We gonna talk Jadakiss on the next episode, bruh.
We had a nice little stretch of some hip hop albums come out. So yeah, this is that time of the year to get really excited. I saw RTJ4 just posted like a little thing, a little teaser, saying the album number 4 is coming. So I'm super hyped on that. We've all been waiting for that.
Yeah, Killer Mike said that they're shooting a video.
The lead single?
I think so, yeah. And then
that's what's up, man.
I don't know. Nas posted a picture with Kendrick, but that either means they ran into each other or they was in the booth.
Damn. Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff coming, man. Hey, I also talk about this Planet Asia, man. Follow Planet Asia on Twitter or Instagram because he's a good ass follow, man.
Yeah.
I love seeing his posts, man. Not only does he talk about some real shit, I mean he'll talk about some stuff that you'll learn some shit from. Like no joke, he's a really interesting follow. Because most of the time I follow like some rappers or whatever, some of my favorite artists on their social media. And then I started to lose respect for him because you start to see the real side of him. Hey, now Planet Asia, man, I've gained respect just for following his social media. So yeah, check him out on social media. He's a really good follow.
Yeah, I think, man, there's some rappers that I want to follow, but then like I follow them, and then they'll post like 80 posts a day, and it's like, man, you post too much, man. I dig music, but I can't get with all of this in my feed.
Yeah, they a lot of rappers come when they try to talk politics and stuff, and like have no idea what they're talking about. I'm like, man, like you just gotta somebody take this dude's phone away.
I swear. But that's the trend now, man. Right? Celebrities want to be all up into politics and stuff. And hip hop, man, if it's not Killer Mike, like I'm not listening to you talking politics.
I wouldn't say that much. I think hip hop and politics go together pretty well. It's just, I mean, you know, certain rappers. You know what I mean? Like there's certain rappers where you're like, we really don't care your opinion on this stuff. You know what I mean? I mean, yes, you're always gonna have your socially conscious rappers, which hip hop needs, but
yeah, for sure. Lupe Common.
Dudes ain't got no business talking about some of this stuff.
Hey, I need Migos to kick that political anthem out there.
Coming soon.
Fuck that shit. Yeah, man, I thought this album was cool. Like I wasn't like overly impressed with it. Like it's cool. It's not bad.
Yeah, I like 38 Special's production on here.
Yeah, production was cold.
I think that's the one thing that holds it back, really, because there's some songs where I swear, like Planet Asia, like it's coming hard and spitting this grimy stuff, and it doesn't really match up with the beat that well. Like I'm not taking nothing away from it because I think it's a dope album, but it's just something that was a little bit off.
I don't remember what track now. Either Mystery School or God Degree. I think that Odd Job line was probably my favorite in the whole album. I can't remember exactly what he said.
Good Planet Asia is of the past 5 years. I want to say like he's probably one of my favorite rappers. The dude takes no time off. All he does is release music. It's crazy, and it's no mediocre shit, man. There's no mediocre. This album is better than a lot of rappers that's out. Better than their best album.
Yeah.
And he'll probably drop 2 more albums by the time the year's over. Like, no joke.
And we'll talk about those 2.
I'm just saying, like, he drops like 2 or 3, at least 2 albums a year. At least.
Yeah, I remember you was on the Anchovies for a while. That shit was dope. I spun that a few times.
Man, I don't think he'll top Anchovies. Him and Apollo Brown, that is a classic.
That's it, man. You was talking about that and Apollo Brown and his production. And then Apollo Brown came out with that Ortiz, and he came out with somebody else that was real dope, and it's escaping me right now.
He's done projects with Skyzoo exclusively. But that was a few years back.
Was it Gibbs?
No, he didn't do Gibbs. He did Gibbs' last one was a Mad Lib.
That's right.
He did the All Detroit album. What's that guy's name? It's somebody I'm not too familiar with. It was an okay album. Man, I'll just pull it up real quick though, since we're here. But yeah, we get sidetracked like a mother. Yeah, Apollo Brown is that guy.
Yeah.
But him and Planet Asia album, Anchovies, I don't think Planet Asia will ever top that. Let's see his past couple albums.
Yeah, I think I gotta throw a 3.5 on this Trust the Chain.
Locksmith, that's what it was. Locksmith.
Okay.
Yep. I think he did one with Black Milk, I want to say, back in the day. Guilty Simpson, maybe. Yeah. So we got next week, we're talking about Jadakiss, right?
Yeah. Next episode, we're going to talk about that Jadakiss new album, Ignatius. I spun it like I probably spun like a third of it. And then I spun this like 1 or 2 more times. So, yeah. That's it. Reg League Pod. Movies, sports, hip-hop, whatever you want to comment on, man. Old Man Lawrence. YouTube, Anchor, if you listening on the audio, drop a comment, hit us up, man. Reg League. Everybody chill until the next episode.